heard that.
That was close. What's up, guys? Welcome in. I think we're live. It is an episode of The Scope. We're going to talk about a bunch of FPS crap because there's a lot of crap going on. Not even going to lie to you. There's a fair amount of stuff to get to this week. It's going to be awesome. Call of Duty, Marathon, Arena Breakout, Star Citizen if we have time, some other little stuff sprinkled in here and there. It's going to be a good time. Thank you guys, first off, for being flexible with us and moving it back a day. We had some stuff going on. We're back at it, though. We had some scheduling conflicts, but we're good to go. I just appreciate you guys being able to hang back with us 24 hours and meet us here. So with that being said, appreciate everyone being here. Again, I'll just say this off the top. I don't always do it off the top, but if you guys want to support the show, there's plenty of free ways to do it. Share it around, be a friend, tell a friend, and bring someone back with you. If you're listening to the audio version of this show, which is wild to me still, I appreciate it. And leave us a 5-star review because it helps push the podcast out on audio platforms. Share the audio version as well if you guys want to. And we appreciate everyone being here. It's awesome. Lots of good stuff. I am Crash, as you probably know. If you can read, especially, you're all over it. Joined by my two co-hosts, Buffnerd Gaming, BlueTheRobot. What's up, Min?
Howdy.
What's up, guys? Good to see you guys.
How are you? Is everybody all right?
Golden.
I'm waiting for this weather to cool down. I know we're just talking about it, so
Yeah, dude. It's wild.
You're lucky over there.
Me?
Yeah, isn't it like 70 and 60s all day long?
Bro,
pretty much, right?
Hey, yeah. This is Kansas. That was the other day. No, it's like 87 and like 40 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour winds today, dude. It's disgusting. It feels like a blast furnace outside. It's gross. It's disgusting. And then, so it's like 87 degrees today, and then tomorrow's supposed to be in the 80s again. And then we hit a cold front. It's gonna go from like 85 degrees in the day to 30 degrees at night when the cold front hits.
Jeez.
So, and I'm gonna be in the deer stand that night. So, did you guys see my Bobcat video?
I did. I saw it. I was like, oh,
you should check that out on Twitter, Buff. It's crazy. I was sitting in the deer stand and I had a Bobcat come like right underneath me and like look at me, and it was wild.
Damn.
It was crazy. It was a Bobcat, man. Like right in my face.
Do you see a
Why
lot
did
of
you
them?
go pet it?
No, you don't see them very often during the day because they're like mostly nocturnal and stuff.
Yeah.
They're around, so like if you have a trail camera out, you'll see him, or friends of mine that are trappers, like you'll see him, or they'll catch him sometimes. But like to see him during the day like that is pretty rare. So it was really cool. I got a really cool video of it. It was neat. Yeah. So Blue, how was the weekend, man? Like what do you got cooking over there?
Pretty chill weekend. Didn't do too much. I know we're excited for for that Renaissance fair coming up. We got our outfits for it now as well too. I got the whole get up with like I don't even know what kind of shirt. It's like that loose shirt with like the little ropes right here, and then I got like a little fake leather belt with like the little money pouch.
It's gotta have
on
a name
it and
for
stuff
it.
like that. Yeah, and I got like boot covers as well too.
Nice.
To make it look more like 18th century and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just ready for the turkey legs, man. That's and to see jousting and do some archery over there.
That's what was cool. I went to my first one over the summer. I think like we talked about it. Yeah, I got a big turkey leg and the jousting. Yeah, it was cool. And like I did the same thing. I dressed up like my girlfriend and I, like full on outfits.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, she got like her whole like maiden outfit with the flowers in her hair and stuff.
Right? Yeah, it's fun.
All the accessories. I want a sword.
You need a sword.
I get. Yeah.
I was looking for like a costume one, but it was summer here, obviously. So like none of the Halloween stores had anything.
Yeah.
But I mean,
true.
It's cool because they sell like the legit ones that are there for like a lot of money.
That's the thing. It's like I want a legit one, but I know they're gonna be like super expensive there.
Yeah. So
I want a battle axe. That's what I want actually. Not a sword. I just have it. I want to look like Kratos.
There you go.
Are you gonna enter the jousting? You can give it a go.
Oh my dude, I would if I could one day. I really would. I would if I could do it once in my life just to say I've done it.
So is that when I'm thinking jousting, am I thinking off the horse? like running the
off
horses
the
at each
horse,
other.
2 sticks coming at each other, and whoever
Holy
gets hit
shit.
first, kind of thing. You know,
that sounds
it's cool to
painful.
watch.
I do it. I'll do it. I know it probably hurt the second you fall off, but I mean, just
I think you're gonna get a couple
like
doses of hurt.
I don't know. I'm curious because I'm curious. It's like because like if you get hit, depending on what's underneath the armor, and you get knocked off, depending on how high the horse is, and just but and then the archery and stuff like that, and there's gonna be shows and stuff like that, So, I'm excited for that, and we're gonna do that for like a whole day. Drink mead. Mead's really good, actually.
I love mead. That's what I want to do next summer. Is like, I wanted to. When I saw the jousting, I was like, man, next year, because they have like the Renaissance bar like right above the jousting. Just like I'm gonna just get myself up there and get nice and drunk
that's
and watch
dope.
the
Yeah,
jousting.
dude. They even got like a pub crawl we can do there too. Apparently.
Oh man, that's really
cool.
You
just I mean, you got to pay for it, which is dumb. But I was like, I'll just do it myself.
Exactly.
But yeah, no. Pretty chuffed to that. Gaming wise, I mean, just a little bit. It's a little bit of that Black Ops, a little bit, Man, I really haven't played too many games actually out here. So, yeah, that's about it though.
Blue and I are in the same boat then.
Yeah, how about you, Buff? What have you been up to, man?
Blue's been probably played more COD than I have. I like checked out Black Ops 6 a little bit, tried to refund it, couldn't get a refund. Tried it out again, and wasn't as bad as I originally thought, but still, so we'll get into it, but I still have it. I will be doing content on it. I just been busy. Haven't been playing much games. I did a little bit of like Sandstorm Sunday, just like
really,
it's like an hour or so on PlayStation. It's just still so much fun. But other than that,
the Sagas mod for Sandstorm, the Star Wars mod.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't. Yeah, see, I have it on PC too, and I should.
Oh, dude, yeah, because I remember I got invited for the playtest, but like all of them were pretty much done, so I never really got to like see it with like full lobbies. And now there's full lobbies. They took all like the old Battlefront 2 maps, like the 2005 Battlefront games, and just put them in the engine for Sandstorm and upscaled them, 4K textures, better lighting. You can call in gunships, like clone gunships for your strikes. And
wow, you'll have to
it's
send me that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, dude, I'll definitely send it to you for sure. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I haven't been playing many games. I'm doing getting myself back on a bodybuilding stage next weekend for the first time in a little over 2 years. So I've been pretty focused on that.
Make it all tan, dude.
Oh yeah, got a spray
tan.
Yeah. Jacked and tan, baby.
Jacked and tan
and shit. And
how long does that tan last?
So like you do, if the show's on Saturday, so you do like a Friday night spray tan, then they'll spray you again in the morning before you go on, and it'll shower. Like when you shower, it'll come right off.
Okay.
But your skin is going to be like a stained tan for probably like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean you can use special stuff to like get it off quicker. But I usually just shower and like you get because it's a it's a special dark tan for stage lighting,
dude.
So
now that I'm going to like the gym, and it's all specifically around like the bodybuilders and the power lifters. I see that a lot more. I'm like, damn, those guys are freaking glistening.
Yeah,
like
it's extra dark when you're getting on stage. Yeah, it's crazy. So most of it showers off, but you'll see like that week after I'll have like an orange glisten on my arms. My face will be pretty much fine, but like my arms and stuff will be like orangey. You'll see.
Be like it's like you went to the beach.
Yeah.
Nice. So are you? So you're just cutting weight right now, right? Just leaning out.
Yeah. There's no
the rough part
putting on right now. Yeah, I'm just burning fat.
Does it suck? Is this the crappy part?
I mean, yeah, definitely. It's not fun because you're essentially starving yourself. You're restricting calories and carbs specifically for me, but I'm not doing it as I've always prepped myself, like done my own diets and stuff like that. So I've had a few coaches over the past couple years, but this is, I think, like this will probably be my 16th competition. So I'm doing it like a little bit different this time, just trying to come in a little bit not as strict as I typically would diet in the past. Not to say I'm not dieting strictly, but a little bit more laxed with some things because usually when I come in like my best, uh, I end up getting beat. I'm like too lean. So trying to find a nice happy medium, but I really am just kind of trying to just get back on stage after like 2.5 years. So
I wish I could be too lean one day. I don't think I'll ever have to worry about that.
Well, I can't really put I'm like an ectomorph, so it's very difficult for me to put on muscle. So it's really all about keeping the muscle I have and then also looking full
Yeah.
on stage that day and not like because I'm tall, it's like there's a fine line between like full and too depleted looking. So I'm trying
Yeah.
not to mess that up. So
I think
we'll
I
see.
would be the endomorph. I think that's what I would be.
Yeah, right.
It's
Not
like
a bad problem to have, but yeah, dieting for those body types extra
yeah,
sucks.
yeah, yeah. I eat like one cheeseburger and it's like, oh geez, I just saw my belly grow. Like I could watch it grow. Like
See the dude,
Oh,
that's
I had
crazy.
Korean barbecue yesterday, actually, and then we went all out with
Ooh,
that,
damn,
dude.
that sounds
Oh man,
good. See, right now where I am, if I had like a burger, like I'll be down like 4 pounds the next day. So that's what
that's
I might
crazy.
do that. I might do that like the day before the show or even that morning. Is just
So
like have a big filthy burger, and that way I'll be like full and stuff. So we'll
yeah, I
see.
haven't had. So I've been sticking to this this zero carb diet, like none, and I've been the same weight for like 2 weeks. I haven't dropped a pound without a single gram of carb.
See,
It's crazy.
that's where if you track your protein and fats daily, and you could be like, okay, I'm gonna reduce, X amount of
Yeah,
calories. So you're probably just at a stagnant calorie intake for the most part. Or like sometimes like what I do when I diet is that's what I'll do is like I'll have like a cheat meal on like a Sunday or something. Like whether it's a burger, usually I don't go crazy with like a burger or anything. But if I were to have a burger, it's like you're so consistent, and then you like shock your system, and you'll wake up just like 3-4 pounds down.
that's interesting.
that's how it's
Just
been for me
spikes your
though.
metabolism.
That's how it's been for me though. I'll weigh the same for 2 weeks, and then one day I'll weigh like 5 pounds less the next day or two. Like it'll just like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
stair steppy, weird.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
might
all like just
I
like
might
water
have a
weight and
bad
stuff.
scale too. Like you don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. That's very possible.
I've had that happen. Yeah, it's like, man, why am I like I don't think I'm like this weight's right, and then it's like, oh, the scale was like on top of a crumb for like 3 weeks, and it's like, oh, I'm 7 pounds lighter than the scale's been saying. Cool, that makes sense.
That would be awesome. Um, nice. I got to sit out in the deer stand for the first time. I mentioned that at the top of the show. That was so nice, man. I didn't see any deer till dark, but it was
How long do you
awesome.
typically stay out there for?
With two kids, as much as I can. Usually I like to hunt in the evenings. So I'll
Okay,
usually go out
closer to dusk.
like 3 in the afternoon, and then I think legal shooting lights around 7, 4 hours or so. But
I
I
was like,
actually
how
got
long
some
are you normally out there for?
like 4 or 5 hours just from that.
Okay, okay.
And if I can, like when rut starts, I would do some all day sits. If like
What
deer are
is
moving,
rut?
it's
Is
rut's
that like
mating
that's the
season.
season? Oh, okay, gotcha,
So
gotcha.
like the big deer, they didn't get big by being stupid. So
Right.
they're really nocturnal. So they're kind
Mhm.
of evolved over time to avoid humans and do
Yeah,
most of their movement at night. But
smart.
when it's mating season, that's when you can catch them screwing up. They'll be cruising, looking for does during the day, moving through different territories, fighting, and a lot more active. And you can catch them out during the day a lot more during rut. So that's coming up within the next few weeks. So I'm hoping to be able to catch them then. So
What do
I'm
you
excited.
what do you hunt with when you're hunting
Bow.
deer? Oh, you do. Okay.
I
You don't
saw
want to
I
you
saw
don't
that
want to take the
I
458
saw
out?
That'll happen in January. So there's a special season for does
it's just
for
bow
management
season now. Okay.
Yeah, it's bow season now. Our gun season in Kansas is like kind of after rut, so it's kind of a way of balancing it. It nerfed a little because guns are so guns are so much more effective.
A real life nerf.
Yeah, so they balance it out by like when the deer kind of go back to their old patterns, and you can do the rifle season. But I really like bow hunting the most. And then I've had some cool stuff lining up with moving out to the ranch, so that's kind of still like in motion and things. So that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty bummed I'm not going to be able to or be able to hunt a deer down there this year because they made the tags like $800. So it's like I'm not even like I could buy a lot of ribeye for $800, man.
Yeah, are you gonna get enough meat
for
like
no
$800 worth?
No. They actually did. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Meat Eater show, the Steve Rinella guy, been on Rogan and Netflix series.
Yeah.
Well, they filmed a deer hunt and mule deer hunt like right next to our place. You can see some of our place in their drone footage. And they talked about how easy it was to get a tag and stuff. And I'm like, no, shut up, dude. So
this
now
could be
like,
all over your property.
Now there's going to be like a lot of people out there probably trying to trespass, and they up the tag price from 300 to 800, and like it caused a whole bunch of crap. It sucks.
That's
it's a bummer.
Insane, dude. 300 to 8, you said? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I used to it's been like
a 250% increase.
Yeah, something like that. Shout out inflation. No, I don't know. But it's I'm still going to try to get out there, but like stuff's in the works with my job and with everything and getting the house worked on. And I'm really maybe this summer like the paperwork's moving at my job to get me out there. So still hoping to be moving out there. Starlink's getting better all the time, baby. Launching more satellites. So we're gonna be chilling. I'm excited.
Love satellites. I was talking to Elon the other day, and I was like, "Yo, Crash's property needs more Starlink satellites." And he was like, "I got you, Buff. Don't worry." And then he wrote me a check for $1 million. So.
I appreciate that because you signed the petition and you drew the lottery.
Yeah, nice. I did.
Yep.
That's right.
Hell yeah! Shout out election season, baby. Next week's gonna be fire. I think I'm just gonna go hide in my bunker in my backyard during the election.
Oh man, probably a good idea.
It's gonna get weird.
I always like watching the news around that time because it's just like
dude,
chaos.
Oh, it's unhinged, man.
Chaos.
Like, everything is so dramatic, man.
It really is. At the end of the day,
I'm excited to see what happens.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Me too.
For sure. But I guess we should talk about video games. What everyone's here for.
We'll say the other podcast for our Patreon after.
Yeah. Right. Political. What would he even call like a political, like unhinged show? Because this is the scope. It'd be like the scope.
Dude, I don't know.
Hours or
because
the midnight scope.
Honestly, man, it would be cool to do like a Scope After Hours Patreon, and we just talk about like whatever. Like I would do religion, I would do politics. Like I don't care.
I'd get.
But then it would probably spill over into this, and we'd get canceled. So I don't know.
No,
I don't know how it works. And
do we really care at this point?
Yeah. I don't know if I care. I don't know if I care at all. So anyway, let's talk about Black Ops 6. I got some gameplay up on the screen, and it went about like I thought it would. I will just preface this by I can sum up my overall opinion really fast.
Let's hear it.
It's a Call of Duty.
Oh, you mean they just like repeated the yearly cycle and didn't make any major changes whatsoever?
Okay. Yeah, for almost 20 years, Buff. And I don't know why people are surprised that it feels the same as the last several games, because they've been doing it for at least a decade. But everybody's like, well, it's just the same. And it's like, how are you still surprised by this? I don't know.
I mean, that's a conversation for another day. Is the yearly cycle? Because remember they were gonna get away from the yearly cycle, and Modern Warfare 2 was supposed to have like DLC, which would have been, I feel like, better served than Modern Warfare 3. But I mean, this is I mean, I didn't play any multiplayer, so I personally thought when I booted it up, which is why I was looking to get a refund immediately, which I couldn't get. So I guess I'll have to do content for it after my show. But I thought it was just, Cold War with some new stuff, which that's kind of stupid to say because Modern Warfare 3 was Modern Warfare 2 with new stuff, right? But I did think I wasn't really impressed with the visuals and the graphics and stuff. But it's also,
Yeah.
I didn't give it a fair shake yet, but
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was the same way too. Like I have, I had everything running on like max settings, ultra, just to like give it the best chance to look decent. But I
yeah,
mean, I really do think it's also like just because they're also stuck with last gen releases as well
Yes.
too. Yeah, they're just
yeah,
stuck with, lower textures and stuff like that. And especially God, those facial models, man. Oh geez, we could talk about that thumbs down email all day, man. Like that is just one of the worst looking. I mean, it's cringy, but it's also like
for
just like the little textures
multiplayer.
of like the for
I'll show you.
multiplayer, yeah, like the
Yeah.
little like end screen. Yeah,
I'll show
Oh,
you.
see,
it's
I
horrible looking,
haven't even
man.
watched gameplay, but
Dude,
I thought it
it's
looked. Do you
I
think
saw
it
it on
looks worse
Crash's
than?
stream first. And well, so here's my take because since I haven't played, you know, Call of Duty since like a little bit of Modern Warfare 2, and it
Yeah,
just looks
I think it
it
looks
doesn't
worse than Modern Warfare 2.
yeah,
Like
slap it at the
The
face.
newest Modern Warfare 2. I think it looks worse than.
Yeah.
Dude, what is
Oh,
that?
dude, it's so bad,
Is
man.
that a
Like,
That's
Halloween skin or just like a
that's
normal
no,
skin?
that's
that's
like a default skin. That's like,
Whoa, should have
that's
known
her
that's just her.
face. That's her face doing the
Yeah.
thumbs down emo on the podium. You know when you can do your
Yeah, but like
emoting?
everyone does it that the same, but she's the worst looking one. I think it just looks like I think you
She's got
said
a
looks
witch
like a worse
nose.
version of like Sarah Connor. Just like
Yeah,
it's and I'm pretty
that's
sure that's like max graphics probably or something like that, or at high end at least. So it's like
oh
No.
my
Well,
god.
I turned mine pretty down so I get fast frames. I
Still,
I
still.
was I was getting really good frames still regardless. But it's like they're small maps. There's not a lot of people moving. It's not gonna take too much. Again, it's if you got any card 40 series and up, you're fine. Because especially because it's made for last gen, so it's got to be very optimized. Unless some people I've seen, I think one tweet I saw it was a comment underneath. He's like, I'm barely getting 50 to 60 frames. I have way over the recommended specs and it's like one of the most unoptimized Call of Duties ever. I'm just like, I mean, maybe it's just different from person to person, but
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I
I'm
have no
on
issues myself.
PlayStation,
Yeah, how was it on
and
console?
to be
How
like
did it
I
feel on
said, to
console?
be fair, I didn't play any multiplayer. I played one match in a private lobby and like was in the
Yeah, just to
gunsmith.
see.
Like the menus for me, especially the gunsmith, I thought was like lackluster. It looks like a Treyarch game from the Black Ops series, right? I think which
Yeah.
is how it should look. I just think it's a huge step back from the Modern Warfare series with the menus and things. That's just
Well, I
me
mean,
nitpicking. I mean, the gameplay could very well be awesome.
Wasn't the Modern Warfare 2 menu like criticized pretty heavily,
Well,
right?
I
Yeah.
mean, like the in-game
The
menu as far
gunsmith.
as like the gunsmith and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
I just thought it was I
This
don't
is
know,
like
like
a
very
throwback system.
bland.
This is like old school. It's like there's a few foregrips, there's a few things, there's not much
Right.
It was
Which is
very like,
granularity.
fine.
yeah, I felt the
I don't
same way
mind
too. I
that.
was like, there wasn't like a lot to customize with. There was more skins than charms than anything
Yeah.
else, So it was yeah, I felt the same way, especially when I was like, oh look, I finally get the AK. Let me start working on that. I was like, there's really not much
To
to
unlock
to
with.
make
It
to
was just
unlock
all
with
very
it.
underwhelming for me for the little
Yeah.
bit that I did. I was just underwhelmed. Whereas I think
Well, it's also we're gun guys too, so I think
right,
we
yeah.
want to see
Well
more
well,
too.
I
But
also think like the Modern Warfare franchise, I mean, that's again modern, so it's more relatable. It's hard for me to relate to older time periods. The older I get, just because I played all those growing up. I mean, we grew up with World War II games. We grew up with some games around this
yeah,
era too.
I know
So
it's hard to
it's hard
compare.
to
Yeah.
relate and find like a lot of interest outside of a close to modern near future setting for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I also tried both like core and hardcore just to really feel the difference. I see myself going back to hardcore over and over again. Um, I did notice too. I'm just seeing like tweets and videos all about like just how some of these weapons. I don't know how they passed like QA testing, but some of these weapons are just so overpowered. Like
Well,
even on
welcome to Call of
core,
Duty, dude. That's how it always is.
I
And
yeah,
guess
I
what's
so
going to
yeah,
be on the
it's
battle pass? You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
get
So it's again, this is like coming from someone that hasn't played it in a
Right.
while. Like we were just
Yeah.
talking beforehand. Like I tried out the zombies mode, and I just realized like I haven't really played zombies since 2010. Since the first Black Ops zombies, which is was very basic in terms of the way this one is. But regardless, it's just like also I'm just not used to like having to the load in pre shaders, and if I want to play campaign, I gotta load in those pre shaders, and it's like and how big everyone's like, yeah, welcome to Call of Duty. It was like, man, you guys like people are really out here like sacrificing hard drive space just to play
See,
one
that's
game.
that's why I got it on console. I feel like because it's just easy. I just one install and I can uninstall it whenever I want.
it is on
Yeah.
It's
console. Can you
easier.
do like you can on PC where you can uninstall certain packs? Like,
Yeah, you can do that,
Yeah.
which is what I was messing around with after I did install. I heard the campaign's pretty good, so I do
I
wanna
heard a lot of good things
I'll
about the
play that
campaign. That's
eventually.
yeah, I definitely want to check that out.
I'll do that on stream whenever I have time.
I think I've never really heard any bad things about
Yeah,
the
they usually do
campaigns.
good campaigns, especially Black Ops. So I don't know. I think Crash and Blue. You guys obviously played more than me, and I heard some good things from my community, but I just haven't really been too interested in it because of everything. I'm just like focused on my show right now. But I did hear like some positive things about the gameplay. Everyone's saying so. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, maybe I don't like the in-game HUDs with the stuff like this, but maybe they just some of the limited feedback I saw on like X and within the community is like the gameplay feels a lot better, like back to basic old school Call of Duty stuff.
Well,
Or
I
do
don't
you
know,
guys
because like
feel the same way, or is the movement way
like
too gimmicky and crap?
yeah, because like I haven't really seen too much. I think because of hardcore games, I haven't seen too much
Yeah,
crazy omni movement.
right.
Um, and there are those guys that definitely just they look like that meme, the guy sweating, just like playing games, just like
Yeah.
going crazy, like
Right.
when they're just sniping in core. So it's like um, also it's possible to see it in hardcore, but it's not a lot. I see it more in like core games. But I don't know. What do you think, Crash?
I tried to do core. I have talked shit on hardcore for a very long time that it didn't take any skill. If you see somebody just flip around, you get a bullet, you win the gunfight. And I always thought it didn't take it took more skill to like acquire a target and track it. Either I'm too old or the game still has horrendous visual recoil and it still has really strong aim assist. And it's probably a combination of all three of those things. I do much, much better in hardcore.
That's
And
why I preferred realism back in 2019 because it was like a
Mm-hmm,
I,
nice
mm-hmm.
blend of the two.
yeah, and I don't think I would like hardcore respawn modes, but hardcore search and destroy is really fun.
Yeah.
And
No,
our
I tried hardcore respawn modes, and I tried
people just
hardpoint
camp.
on. Well, not just that too. Like it was I forget what map it is. It's like that like desert temple looking one
Oh,
that
that
has like
map
the
is
main
hot garbage, dude. It is
dude
so trash.
horrible. And
Babylon.
Is it?
It's the worst map in the game.
Wow.
if you play a hardcore respawn mode, you get spawn camped and spawn trapped because
Yeah.
it's so easy to just shoot in a certain area and then just
Yeah,
keep
it's a
killing
jump
over
map.
and over again.
I really think if we want to talk about the maps real quick, I honestly think they put the worst maps in the beta. I've enjoyed a lot of the maps that are in there now. I think the Babylon is the worst one.
Which was that one?
That's
That's
the
the
one
one I
you're
just talked
talking
about.
about.
Yeah. Okay.
The Skyline one's not that
Um,
great, and I can't remember the other one in the beta. It wasn't very
the one
good.
I'm looking at right now on your
Scud.
screen, Vault, is okay.
I
Like
like
I
Vault
like
for search. Vault's really good for search. Both bomb sites are viable. There's
it
really good routes
has
and
a
stuff.
flow to it, and I think we were talking. I know I was playing with Fry, and it was and the guys stuff like that. And it was just like when there's no like flow or like an objective feel towards the map and it just seems more random, that's when it starts to like
yeah,
show itself in
dude.
its in a light.
I'm serious. Like if all there was respawn game modes in this, I would not touch it. But I'm probably gonna put a ton of hours into this playing hardcore search and destroy with my friends because we shit on people. And you have an objective, you're working towards it. You have good comms. People have different loadouts to do different things: smoke, nades, tacticals, stuns. Like playing with different field upgrades, popping your score streaks together to play off of each
I like
other.
the capture mode too,
and
well
like
too.
having a ton of fun, having a lot of fun with hardcore search and destroy.
Yeah,
I think the night to let's see, Saturday night, we played for almost 5 hours and never lost. Like, so
yeah,
we were.
I saw you post like your win record. That's what, you know what, when I used to be pretty into search, and then I got away from it. But I would, with Modern Warfare 2019, we would run hardcore on streams. I would run hardcore community games for search. So the same thing, hardcore mode, search and destroy, Modern Warfare 2019. Like, that was a blast. So I can see why it'd be fun. I saw Big Fry's tweet, like he's like upset, like hooked on it, like crack cocaine too, with search mode. So maybe that's where it's at.
That's is for me.
Would just said in chat, actually.
I might try to play core again from time to time, but it's just so hard. It feels so inconsistent. Like you see somebody and it's so hard to track them looking through all the smoke and stuff. And then if you miss a shot or two, they don't, because the aim assist makes those micro adjustments for them. And it's just so hard to win straight up gunfights. The Omni movement hasn't been impressive. There's been some hilarious stuff with it. Sometimes it's really annoying if I just want to go prone by the bomb and defuse it. It'll make me dive clear out in the middle of the open and I'll die.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying.
And then the other time, sometimes people will slide and they look like the freaking the soccer player on the Geico commercial where he's sliding around all over the field with his shirt off.
Yeah,
like just sliding for miles. Sometimes people will slide like a ridiculous amount of distance and it's really funny looking.
It's nice to get to cover. I've noticed that, like, if I gotta clear a big gap, I'll just slide over to it. But I mean, I'm not really out there dolphin diving.
Does it feel like a gimmick? Because from the outside looking in, somebody that doesn't have really any time whatsoever on this game yet, it feels to me, this is just, again, I haven't played it, so don't take this with a grain of salt, everybody. To me, the game looks like a reskinned Cold War, and they needed something to make it different, so they put in some goofy movement. That's just what it looks like.
I never played Cold War, so I couldn't.
I think you could make the argument that all CODs are reskins, honestly, because like the engine and stuff and how basic the modes are.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
How I would counter that, not saying I'm arguing for the game or trying to, like, I literally, if there wasn't this one mode in the game, I would uninstall it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But if you were going to argue against that, I would say it's not necessarily just a Cold War reskin, and the fact that the maps are all new. That's been the nicest part, is being able to learn maps at the same rate as other people. Because like, Call of Duty, Call of Duty would come out with, like even Modern Warfare 3 was all regular MW2 maps, and like there were people that had played the shit out of those.
Yeah.
So having all new maps has been really, really nice to kind of learn at the same rate, learn angles and stuff. And I don't know, man, like hardcore search has been really fun. I wish I didn't have to play hardcore. I'd really rather play core. I like it better, but like we just win when we play hardcore. And I think it's because positioning and comms and stuff like that come into account the most. Also, mouse and keyboard.
Can we talk about comms real quick too later on? Because I know
it's chalked.
It's horrible.
So sad, man.
I can't talk shit anymore. It's an enemy
team.
Dude,
that was like a big part of my Twitch. That was a big part of my Twitch content, man.
What's it do? Mute you?
There's no. So you can talk a little bit in between some of the rounds, but then after the match is over, there's no comms. Like you can't talk your shit at the end of the match anymore. It's so lame, dude. I can't hit him with the credit score question. You know what I mean? Like I can't hit him with it. It's not there anymore for me.
It's funny because they put.
So you can talk in between rounds then. Okay.
A little bit. I've heard a few people. Not very many.
I've heard them, but we talked to them, and it's like, it's almost like they don't hear us, or maybe we got muted because we were talking in the lobby pretty bad already.
Yeah,
so.
And you could just get like muted outside your party if you're talking too much crap now. Because the terms of service, when you started up the game, I saw like they have that new thing with COD where it's like, we want to make this a safe space.
Oh God.
for everybody.
It does ban people too. We have people with like slurs. Like I'm all for talking shit, but if you just go to like stupid edgelord crap, like I don't need it. I don't want to hear it on my stream, so I'll report them and they'll get smoked. Like I get a thing right away. But like,
I'll let you know.
I'm pretty happy with myself for all the shit that I've talked in DMZ, which is a lot of shit. I've never gotten voice chat banned, which is insane.
Huge. That's huge.
Insane. Yeah, maybe somebody over there might like.
Maybe your shadow banned and you don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're talking into the abyss.
I should be banned for sure, but everyone can hear me though, so I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah,
but
it was interesting though. I mean, especially with the hardcore stuff.
As far as hardcore search and destroy, the comms sucks that they took that away, and then there's so much crap in between rounds. It's so slow. It switches sides every round. So after your match, you watch you watch the kill cam. Then it says switching sides, and then it says hardcore search and destroy, and then it loads, and then it shows the score again, and it's like between the rounds, it's like. So it's like, just let me play.
And you have to do it 6 times if in a row, or if you're going back and forth.
As many as 11. You can go to 11 rounds.
It could be pretty like tiring. I thought I was like, all right, I'm kind of done already. I don't know.
I mean, you could see in this match we're in the process of 6-0 them. It's not a big deal. Like
also,
I'll cut down
the
on
amount of people that just quit during a match. Either they're quitting or they're getting disconnected. I mean, it depends. I don't know. There's definitely some moments where I'm just like we were. Oh, actually, no, it was disconnection. We were literally fighting on. It's like that rooftop apartment building, with like the little like jacuzzi in. There's like in the middle.
Fight one, yeah.
Yeah. So we were playing that, and like literally middle of a firefight, we just saw 2 guys just disconnect. You know, and it happened a few times as well too. So it was just like. Yeah, the server's messing up, or what's going on. And there were some moments where people did just quit, but like I don't know if people are just quitting in the like literally mid sprint and they just body disappears. So
yeah, the other thing
could also just be doing challenges, and as soon as like their challenge or their camo or whatever XP,
that's true.
And search, they're quitting.
Search for sure, they're most likely quitting. Yeah. But if it was a respawn game mode,
they can't take the heat real
quick, and
they're like, oh, these guys have brain cells and they're talking to each other. We can't, and they're out because we like destroy people. But it's fun. I don't know. I don't know if I guess you guys could tell me if you think it would be good. I kind of want to make a couple videos of content just to see if there is.
Dude, do it
for hardcore search.
It's prime Call of Duty season right now.
Just to say, try to approach the content from the point of view that yes, you can still play Call of Duty tactically if you want to, and just show like 6-0 and some teams and shit with good comms
100%
and plays.
That's how I built some of my content. Dude.
The other thing
I know, I just saw like Karma Cut, who is like of course big in the tactical scene. He did a video recently of just like using real tactics in Delta Force, so like it's definitely doable, and I'm sure people will love to see it. I
might try to record tonight if I get a good game or something. Be cool.
Yeah, I haven't checked out the theater mode either too. I haven't checked that out yet.
Theater mode, yeah. So like analyze the game.
I want to see what just like the tools that you can use in there. I did try the zombie mode as well too. Now it's pretty interesting.
I was gonna say one more thing before we switch to zombies.
Go for it.
Hardcore search, mouse and keyboard is godly.
I bet.
It 100% negates aim assist, and sometimes I feel bad for controller players because I can hold
have some
like
pretty insane flicks, dude.
Just like instantly destroy people, and there's like you can't. So I feel like as strong as controllers are in core, mouse and keyboard is in hardcore, and it's disgusting sometimes. What you can do in hardcore.
It depends on the weapon too, because like I was trying out like some of the SMGs and whatnot as well too, and I enjoyed the MP5 for what it was, especially on a hardcore. That the SR3 and Vicar, I don't know what the name in game, but the actual name of it was not a fan of.
The XM 117 or whatever.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, I hated that. I hate the default optic that you get, the iron sight. It just takes up too much of your screen, and it jumps around like crazy by default. So it's like it was like I don't know if it was like the visual recoil, but it was just horrible to use compared to like the MP5. Um, and then I don't know what it is, but they made 22 caliber weapons, like some of the strongest
Yeah.
like weapons in
It
the game.
reminds
I'm just
me
like,
it reminds me
what?
of the Ash 12 or the Odin from 2019 when I was messing with it. It's like a slow, big caliber rate of fire and hit power. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but I was like, this is supposed to be a little 22 pellet gun at this point.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
this is not,
It
even
literally
the
is like the
pistol.
Odin. Yeah,
Yeah, so it was just,
Don't
ridiculous.
don't.
yeah, that slow rate of
It's
fire. They put
COD.
the drum mag. Yeah,
You don't try to reason with it.
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
that was just a weird thing to see. I was just like, why is everyone rocking this little 22 SMG? I was like, oh, that's why, because you get demolished even on core.
Dude, I
So
remember just like in Modern Warfare 2019 Warzone, like I think it was during the Cold War era. They had like the nail gun came out that shoots freaking nails to like hold wood in place. Was more powerful
Yeah, you
than
can't.
an AS Val and the Ash 12. And like you
oh
look
my
a
gosh,
nail
dude.
versus a 9x39 or a 12.7 by 55, and I was just like, what
You
is
can't.
going on? Like,
You
come on,
can't reason with it.
yeah, just like
No.
let me just like
Yeah.
nail some, like the
And then like the
military is just about
SVD,
nail guns. It's absurd.
SVD being a one hit sniper, even in core, is to the body,
Is it
not head.
really? Oh wow,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. There's so much footage now of just people just getting like nukes, just hiding in the corners, bang, 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 bang,
Oh
just
man.
nonstop. I'm like, damn, dude. Like I knew that was always an issue of like balancing weapons in the beginning because people,
Yeah.
now you have all these people like making different loadouts and finding out what the meta is and stuff like that. And that's another thing too. It's just like the days of casual shooters are over now, man. Like everyone's just trying to find the next meta
Well,
and just,
that's why like we
be
talked
the
about it last week. That's
esports
why
guys. Yeah.
I like Modern Warfare 2019 better because it wasn't like up in your face with everything. A lot of the attach there was so many like different attachments and stuff that you could like you really could really do get away with a lot of stuff up until season like 5 or 6 is when it got really bad and everyone was like meta talk, and that just carried over. That
That's the
Warzone
other.
effect we talked about. Yeah.
That's the other thing that hardcore does, and hardcore search and destroy does, where everything's a bullet or two. You can use any gun. Like
Use
there's not
whatever you
really,
want. Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
really a
Yeah.
metaphor,
It
which is
is nice.
interesting.
I have noticed there are some moments though, even hardcore, like just I was like, why am I that it's like why am I getting too many like um white hit markers, which
Yeah,
is
the
strange.
GPR gun or whatever, the L85 real gun. What I was really
Yeah.
excited to use is absolute shit. It takes like 3 hits to kill in
That
core
sucks.
or in hardcore.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
hardcore. Even like the M4 was there were some moments where like it was pretty easy to kill, and then there's some I'm like that I feel like I should have killed him faster, and then I
The
switched to the
aims,
AK, and the AK was like, whoa, okay, that I could feel difference. I haven't tried the aims yet though.
the gun that I'm using is the best in hardcore I've found so far. It's like one hit forever, and it's like no recoil in it.
Yeah, I had to try that out, but
I'll
yeah.
be right back, guys. I got to set my son in his high chair.
Do your
Okay.
thing. Do your
I'll be
thing.
right back.
Yeah. And I think just not one of the things I think I noticed had a 4-year development cycle, which
Oh my god, it did.
I don't again haven't played it, so it's just me from the outside. But I just don't see. That's where I have trouble seeing like where the development, what they're saying is development, because I feel like when it comes to innovation within the game, the Call of Duty franchise, Infinity Ward is always the one to do it. And for this to have a
Mm-hmm.
4-year development cycle, and it just really looks and feels like Cold War from what I can tell, and you have body movement. When they say 4 years development, that is also including like, hey, the development time is like the store items and season pass, season stuff that counts as development now too. So as far as like actual in game, there's nothing really innovative that I'm seeing here, which is typical for Call of Duty. Like I said, really only you see that from Infinity Ward every couple titles. Like Modern Warfare 2019 was that huge innovation. I feel like they also did some things in Modern Warfare 2 that people might have not liked, but you had some things that were really good. So depending on when we get another Infinity War title, I'm curious what we're going to see with that versus a 4-year development cycle on a Treyarch game like this, which I've always historically liked the Treyarch games, and like I thought Black Ops 4 and Blackout was such a great game too. So I was just a little underwhelmed with this for whatever reason from the outside looking in. Not super excited to play it. So I don't know if that's like the time period also has a lot to do with it for sure, but
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't see the
I
4
was
years.
excited for the time period too because of just like it was, based in the '90s, and I thought we'd see some really cool things within that game. But it doesn't really feel like anything different. It's just it's still like there's just so many guns. I mean, also it's not too much of a difference between like some. Well, actually, no, a lot of stuff happened in the gun industry from the '70s to in the '60s to the '90s. So it's like you see a little bit of it, but it really just feels like
That's what I'm saying.
it is
It
it's
still
very
looks and
underwhelming, like you
feels like
said.
Cold
Yeah,
War. Yeah, like for
yeah, yeah.
something in
That
the
so
heat
that's what
of
makes
Desert
more
Storm
sense.
era. Like you're talking, it takes
Yeah,
place like you said, the '90s. So like Desert Storm,
yeah, but
Mogadishu,
it's like the
everything. There's
trailer. Yeah, they always showed the cool parts. They showed like
yeah,
the B2
yeah,
bomber, and they showed freaking
yeah.
all the Cold War Kuwait stuff, and
Mhm.
talked about
Which is a lot
Saddam thinking,
campaign and everything, yeah. And it's just like
yeah.
the
So again,
argument.
yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about the campaign, but
I'm sure it's really good. I saw like some I really don't know too much about it, but I saw some things here and there, but yeah, I mean, I just was expecting it. I wish it felt more '90s from in the footage I'm looking at. It just doesn't look '90s ish,
yeah,
which
and
is
especially
that's
this map too. This is like the
yeah.
Vorkuta map,
It
so this
looks
is
like a
like
World War II
from
map.
yeah, it's from like the riot in Vorkuta, that
Okay.
area. So it's that Russian
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
work
Okay.
camp thing. So
Right, right.
uh
Yeah.
it's weird.
It. I mean, I'm sure the gameplay. It sounds like at least from search perspective, the gameplay is like
Yeah, I'm just to
better.
where I'm guessing I'm a hardcore Search and Destroy player from now on. I don't, nothing else sounds fun to me.
Until they figure
Um,
it out. I know I played a little bit of the zombies as well too, and I realized it was actually so I remember back in like the early days of zombies, like World at War, Black Ops, stuff like that. Like it was hard to get pack a punch and stuff like that. When they introduced like Juggernog and the
Yeah.
later zombies, stuff like that, it was you had to, run and turn on power and stuff like that and figure your
Yeah.
way out and stuff like that. Now it's like, dude, they were just giving it to us. Like Juggernog was already everything was already active. You had the best weapon in the game is the shotgun, is the
Right.
USAS, which is you pack. I was able to pack a punch in like so. And I saw an argument on Twitter, of course. Where else would you see arguments? But people were like, "Oh, level 20, I already pack a punch my weapon twice. Um, the game's too easy." And some people were like, "Bro, that's actually really hard." It's like, "Oh, if you think getting to round 20 is hard, that you suck at the game." It's just like, "Oh my god, shut up, guys!" Like, I think we can all agree that if you're able to pack a punch a weapon twice that quickly in
Yeah,
between
yeah.
12 rounds, it's way too easy. And the game doesn't even like ramp up the difficulty. It just they have different variations of the zombies. So they have like their boss type zombies. And when you
Mhm.
first see it, it's kind of cool because it's like, oh, that's it. You have some armored zombies and your regular zombies, and then you have
Right.
like one that shoots like this fireball looking thing. It's like, okay, that's a mangler. And then you see a berserker, which is like this weird creature. But then you start getting later into the rounds, and it's all it is. It's just a bunch of those high tier zombies,
Mm.
and then it gets kind of lame, and then you can extract as well too. We kind of, I mean, it was fun for a bit because like we tried to extract and we couldn't, so we had to miss it. We had to try to survive, but I mean, I realized, I mean, there's also like there's the whole like people trying to beat it, open up. There's a bank vault on the Liberty map. There's a story, quote unquote, behind it. And, but for someone that just wants to I wanted to casually check it out, play with some friends, see what it was about. I was like, wow, we have some of the most OP weapons in the game already.
Right off the bat.
Easy to make trains. And then just, you know, I was, yeah, just go get Juggernog real quick and all the gumballs and whatever the heck it was. And there was the one that if you dolphin dive, it makes that explosion around you. Um, so yeah, it was pretty lame in terms of like, I mean, they got away from the DMZ zombies. so now it's more round based.
That's good.
But they did bring in like I wasn't used to seeing zombies with like health bars and whatnot, or like
Mm,
zombies with like the armor break icon and stuff like that.
right.
Yeah, PhD flopper, but it was all right. Like I would try it again with a full group. But it sucks it's only also because it's a pretty big map. It sucks it's only 4 players as well too. When all the other multiplayer game modes are like 6, it'd be nice to kind of just see what would happen if you did bring in some more people. Um, but yeah, that's about it when it comes to zombies. So I'm sure I've seen people just like, oh, we're getting to round 100, we're beating it with this weapon only. So like there is content around it and stuff like that. People will be making videos, I'm sure, but it ain't
Yeah.
my cup of tea, man. I just want that classic. Like you can't even repair windows.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
what I
want
was gonna
that.
say. The original, like the
Yeah,
very first, it was World at War Zombies was the first one, right?
yeah, man.
I,
Like
I
that
remember
was
like
like
getting to level like 20s was hard with just
and
two
Nazi
people.
zombies, man. Now it's
Yeah,
like they're just like they try to incorporate it within a story of rage virus type something, and it was interesting to see. But yeah, basically they're not zombies; they're just really really upset people.
mutants.
And science experiments gone wrong.
Potential voters.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen that meme. It's like, oh, they passed away. Oh, well, I mean, they can still vote. So,
oh, jeez. Yeah, I didn't. Not zombies, dude. I don't really get into it. And also, pour one out for the Warzone community. They've got absolutely nothing for Warzone. And
They
yeah,
should have skipped Warzone. They should have done a blackout and given Warzone a little break because Warzone, I just feel like is so overdone right now. I think you needed a break. They should have done blackout too instead. That's what I was hoping they would have done and give Warzone
what's
a
really
rest.
weird is like they're holding out for Verdansk.
Not
You
coming
know
until spring.
yeah, dude. So
And the
like
game
Warzone's
sucks. The map's
tough.
not going to fix the terrible game.
But what's really weird is there's a new map in the game already.
I
That
saw that.
Avalon,
Yeah.
there's a map called Avalon that if you go onto the low town in the Codcaster in the free cam theater mode, you can see the battle royale map that's in the game. It's really weird.
interesting.
It looks cool from what I
So
saw, but again, you can like sorry, my back's all messed up, so I'm moving like a weirdo. If got some knots back here. So if like I think a good map, like again, talking like, oh, I can't wait. Like I'm excited for Verdansk for sure. And that new map looks good, but I think like some of the fundamentals of what made Warzone great, I think got out of control now, and the game's not what it was. So bringing back an old map or a good map still isn't going to fix the core problems that have come up in the game. I think that's where Infinity War did like try to correct course with Modern Warfare 2. They try to like correct course and slow things down. Obviously that wasn't received well. So I'm curious what they'll do next time around. But
the
throwing new maps isn't going to fix the issues with Warzone.
yeah, the TikTok brains can't help that. Can't slow down gameplay. You gotta have fast
But I
movement.
think I'd be curious to see the player numbers for Warzone. Um,
Yeah, that's
I'm
interesting.
sure they're way down
It's hard to tell. So and that was one of the
for
things
big map at least.
that's one of the things they were talking about, like Deserto and Charlie Intel's like over 300,000 players in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on Steam. And it's like, no, since they put everything under the COD launcher, that's all Call of Duty games. Like, I
Yeah,
think that's one of the reasons they put that stupid COD launcher in there is so
definitely.
you can't see if people are going back to play an old game. You can't see if more people are playing Warzone. You can't see because it's all together. So if you're playing COD,
Yeah.
it goes under that big one concurrent number. So
Yeah.
it's not you can't really tell anything of what the players are into and what they're doing and stuff. But I don't know. I can see myself if I just let go of my pride and play hardcore. I think I'll have fun this year with COD. I feel so trashy. I just feel old. Like I just give it up. I'm like, oh, I just go play hardcore.
Nah,
But
I mean, I'm in the same boat, man. Call of Duty just feels really
Kind of
at a
forces it
lull.
though.
Yeah, it feels like
I
it's at
think
a lull.
I think if you're going to be a mouse and keyboard player and you want to play tactically with good comms and positioning and make plays like that, you got to play hardcore.
Also, lack of footsteps, man. I mean, well, I don't know if it's the ninja perk specifically.
Yeah.
But holy crap, there's so many times where like either your footsteps are really loud and I know you're coming from around the corner or on top or whatever, or all of a sudden get knifed from behind. I'm just
it's probably the ninja perk.
Anything. Yeah. So that ninja perk is insanely low. I mean, like it's there would be no other reason,
Yeah.
to not run it.
It's as bad as MW3. Like it's as effective as the sneakers. But hopefully there won't be as many of them because there are more perks in there. So you got to sacrifice Ghost. You got to sacrifice Flak Jacket. Like there's
I'll
some
sacrifice Ghost for Ninja. And I know I'm not the only one that would do that. I'd rather be quiet because how many times there's a UAV going up? Most of the times it could be a lot, but sometimes there's not at all. So
yeah, you just had to buy the $20 audio pack, Blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, premium audio. Yeah. You're right.
No.
Also, it does. I don't know if you guys saw, but that Area 99 map is confirmed for November 14th. So that's gonna be a resurgence map. It looks like, right? So
yeah, Nuketown's coming back too. It was cool, and I gave props to them for their Nuketown that's in there now is actually different. Like it's
that's good.
One after the nuke. I haven't checked it out yet. I did want to see that. So
it's cool. What kind of sucks is I hope the map count gets up a little bit with the new seasons because the strike maps are not in search, so it's just 12 maps for search. So they're getting a little. I could see them getting a little old, but. It's all right for now because I'm learning them, and yeah, I guess I'll be a hardcore search and destroy player. I don't know. It just makes me wonder if there's a place for it on YouTube or not. Because there's really no like hardcore search and destroy specific players. There's a lot of really good search and destroy players, but no one does hardcore. I think they all kind of make fun of it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would prefer with a mode like that. I would prefer hardcore. Honestly, that's why I liked realism and stuff.
But yeah, so I'm having fun. The only problem with it is right now in search and destroy leveling is really bad. It's really low and it's almost RNG. It's like super slow.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So I've been playing a ton, and I'm like level 30 something. It levels really slow in search for some reason.
It used to be the fastest way to level up too.
Yeah, it's not now. I don't know why. So, all right, should we move on? We got about a half hour left to get through some of these other things.
Yeah.
that was a good conversation though. I don't think these are relatively short. There was a small marathon update. I feel like also, I did kind of realize that the Stalker launch is kind of sneaking up on us, Blue, a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Kind of sneaking up.
Yeah, finally. So I know I'll be streaming that for sure. I'm excited.
I bet
got the Stalker short film coming out tomorrow as well too on YouTube. Yeah. So
nice. Yeah.
And then that Stalker Division outfit. Have you seen that,
Stalker
Crash?
in Division, Stalker skins in Division 2. Division 2.
Yeah, literally, it's a collaboration.
So Bungie released an official update on the status of Marathon. The game director Joe Ziegler, you remember all the drama with him, is in there now. He basically talked about how it's going to be a pure extraction shooter, including diving into what an extraction shooter is. He talked about the elements from the original Marathon and expanding them for a new game with a modern audience. His quote was, "We're taking a lot of familiar elements, especially a lot of mysterious and kind of eeriness, the psychological kind that the entire IP has existed before, but we're layering on some elements that we think really help modernize it and also bring it to a new story, to a new world that we can sort of continue to update and delight you all with over the course of time." So it's going to be the live service action. They said they've been testing with a lot of players. I know throughout time I've seen like some other content creators get like flown out there and stuff and tested. Of course, they can't talk about it. And then in 2025, they're going to give more information. They're also going to expand the play test to more players, but there's no like update release or anything. They talked about also, I know myself included, was not really that excited about the heroes, but they did mention in kind of a Q&A thing that the heroes are allegedly not going to be as crazy. And then they dropped a little bit of concept art. So like here's like a little teaser of concept art. It's just a lady with a gun peeking around a corner. So
she had glowing purple eyes.
She has purple eyes. Yeah. So it's like very futuristic.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know anything about the original Marathon, so I might have to look into the lore of it. But of course, that was a single player game, so it'll be interesting to see what this looks like.
Yeah, this is just like
PvP, PvE.
There's just no way to have any kind of opinion on this right now. So
yeah, I'm not even familiar with the original, to be honest. So
it's really old.
We talked about it before.
Yeah, I mean it's from the '90s, dude. Like,
yeah, I remember when we originally talked about it.
It's crazy.
But yeah, no, it's I'm curious to see more about it as well too, especially if it's like it does have like both the PvE and PvP elements as well too. I noticed that like the heroes will be there, but it'll be like maybe like a smaller version or a smaller part of the overall game, which would be nice. But yeah, again, it's just okay. I'm glad you guys talked about it. It's still
you didn't tell us anything,
yeah, there's nothing big, but I'm just
but
like,
it's not dead yet.
So.
It's not Concord.
I think that was the point. Is like, hey, something's coming.
Yeah, because they did. Yeah, I guess it's good that they said it because and I guess they communicated on the playtest was good info that they're going to expand the playtest into 2025. But there has been some like controversy. There's been some controversy around it with like turnover at Bungie and people leaving and changing directions, and they say they've changed the directions quite a bit. So
yeah,
hopefully it doesn't Concord. They shut down that studio today. I did see that.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, really? Dang. Well,
to absolutely no one's surprise. Another game. So I mean, yeah, I guess that's it. It was almost a quick shot. Arena Breakout Season 1 is coming, and these kind of get me a little bit excited for like kind of Delta Force. It's cool to have a game that gets updates like this, and I know Buff plays more Arena Breakout than I do. I'm still kind of trying to hold out until the Steam release, I think, to hop in.
I haven't touched it in a while, but I do like what I'm seeing with this update, and I think, like I said, in another week and a half or whatever, I'll be playing more stuff. So
yeah, I know Justin plays it quite a bit, but it looks like there's going to be some free seasonal weapon skins. So they're really touting the free stuff in light of the pay to win controversy, I feel like. Free weekly gear bundles and a free permanent reinforced case, so you get a secure container for free. You don't have to pay a subscription. I'm sure. I think you can.
I guess I'm glad that they're kind of hopefully pulling back from that pay to win stuff. That was really the main thing that kept me away from this game. But it's like, you gave us the case. But I think there's just a line in the sand I have to draw when it comes to pay to win stuff. And if you could pay for stuff in game, I know there's definitely arguments for it, but
yeah, I think like Justin, for example, has like all the money in the game and just hasn't paid for anything. So
yeah, so it's possible
using
for
the trader. He's just using the traders correctly and selling to the right traders and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it seems like they are pulling back with some of that. I would say for sure. And there's a lot of good content here. I think, what does it say, Crash? 13 new weapons. That's huge.
That's pretty impressive.
8. Okay, 8.
Still good.
Okay. Still really good.
Yeah, still a crazy number. They're showing off the TO3, Vector, and the MDR.
Yeah, I'm pumped for the Desert Tech MDR. That's a gun I've really fallen in love with like the past year or so, I would say. So I'm really happy to see that come into the game. Hopefully we get the 7.62 by 51 version too. And I'm curious what the other 8 are. I mean, we kind of dissected this a little bit last week, right? We saw, I mean, that's what I'm curious, Blue, that T, whatever it is there. I'm curious if that had the same profile as the
QBZ 191.
Yeah, 101 or not. Yeah, I didn't really try and compare them.
Can you zoom in on that real quick, actually?
There's going to be more weapons outside
the stock
of it.
definitely is showing a QBZ 191, just from what I can see.
Right?
Yeah, if it's that weird caliber, then perhaps
it's hard to tell.
There, I got it. Eventually, when
he's getting there. Hang on.
Let me cook. Let me cook. Let the production team cook. They're a little slow. They don't get paid much.
Yeah, it
might
is.
Be it.
It
yeah?
is.
Might be that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a Chinese weapon, so of course they're gonna put it in the game and promote it for sure. So.
And then I mean, what are the other
China?
The other 5, you know, China.
Yeah.
The other 5 should be. Well, I mean, the Vector 9 and 45. I'm curious if that's going to count as 2 separate guns or not, because technically they are 2 separate guns. So that they're really showing us 4 weapons right there. So there should be 4 more. One of them we know is either the MG338 or the M250 from Sig Sauer, which we talked about. And I forgot what we were thinking with the other ones. There was that G3 looking one.
Yeah, that one I couldn't tell what it was. But
yeah, no idea. It could have just been a placeholder too. So we'll see. Curious. There's 4 more weapons at least there. Looks like a really good season. New maps, modes, everything. So I'm actually really excited for this.
Female characters, big controversy for some fucking reason. I don't know why that would be.
I hate women so much. So this is
okay. Now I get it. Now I get it.
Boycotting the game.
Now I get it.
Is that really a controversy for a make-believe game right now? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Why are people upset that there's female?
Smaller hitboxes.
It's probably people that are trolling, and I probably shouldn't even say anything because it's really probably a very small amount of people that I shouldn't even acknowledge, but it still makes me laugh.
I don't know why it would be an issue.
I'm in the same boat as you though. Crash was just waiting for the Steam release because I'm just like, I don't want another launcher, man. I'm already kind of tired of all these launchers. And
yep, give it to me on Steam, and I'll probably hop in and play some. TV station, new map, armory expansion, which from my understanding is badly needed. I don't know why it says Farm and Valley. Those are already maps. Maybe they're updating them. I don't know why it's under there. And then Farm Assault, Armory Assault, a fog event, and a storm event. So we get some weather, a couple other game modes on Farm and Armory. New season tasks, cheater compensation. So there's going to be new rewards for if a cheater gets caught that you were in the raid with. Night vision nerf, T7 nerf. That might be thermal.
Yeah, they nerfed the thermal.
The thermal. That's sorry, not night vision, thermal. And then some new cosmetics. So like a really cool
fog
season
event and storm event. I'm actually I love it when I mean, if done right, because Tarkov rain is some of the loudest things in the world. So I like just seeing different weather effects.
Yeah, and I think the mobile version has they were playing around with a battle royale type mode, so I think we'll see that eventually with this game too, which is cool.
Yep.
Nice.
So, looks good. And then yeah, I wanted to give, since it didn't happen last time, I wanted to give Buff some time Blue some time to talk about Star Citizen. Sorry. Yeah, Buff, fill us in on Star Citizen.
Yeah, pal. So it's my favorite game.
So we're gonna see what Buff does when his teleprompter breaks here. See how he handles it.
Well, here's the thing. I grew up in a middle class family.
Just keep laughing. Just keep laughing.
All right, Blue. What's going on with Star Citizen?
It's still in development. There you go.
All right, so the next story.
The next story. It's well, they finally showcased like more gameplay of their single player Squadron 42. Like a whole hour and 13 or 15 minutes, something like that, or like an hour and a half. It was pretty long. I would say at least half of it was cutscenes, but it was like in-game cutscenes. So you'd be like shooting in your turret on a giant spaceship, and it would go to the cutscene, and then there was definitely some really interesting moments. It for what it was, for like a work in progress, they're definitely, they would switch from like one scene to another, and you'd see like something pop in, like it had to quickly render in and stuff like that. But it was just cool to see like a lot more of the first person stuff, a lot of the visuals for Squadron 42. And you got to see a lot of the like those big famous actors as well too, in the actual game itself, and see them. Was it like Mark Strong? Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. But there's a lot of big names in the game anyways. It's actually kind of insane. And I always wondered, as a person that was just like kind of new into the universe, I was like, how long are these guys gonna work on a game to where these guys don't even like care about the project anymore? Which I'm pretty sure they don't care, because once they got paid, that's it. But I mean,
Right.
also they recently passed $700 million as well too,
Wow.
in terms of funding for the
Jeez.
game.
That's
So
nuts.
apparently between each year they average like $106 million a year.
My
I think
God.
right now it's at 790 plus. Certain in terms of like sales and pledges for ships that don't even exist. Um, but it is nice to actually see, like, okay, it's still being worked on. It looks good. I'm actually interested to try it out. Whenever it does come out. But I mean, like, the single player looks really cool, because you see single player, and then from single player you kind of get an idea of like, okay, what will uh transfer over from the single player to the persistent universe. So yeah, it's interesting to see. And that's really not much. That's really much it though, because there was the Citizen Con. So there was just big old uh things about games coming. The game eventually will come out, and of course Chris came out on stage and he was all, yeah, we're here, Star Citizen. And it's like, all right, now we just gotta wait more. So yeah, it's interesting to see. So
Squadron 42 will release one day.
one day.
Okay.
I mean, it's like one of those things that's like, man, if it's like too good to be true, because it looked really good. And it makes me wonder. It kind of reminded me of, like, it was like a little bit of like Star Trek vibes to it. Um,
Mm.
so yeah. The craziest part, and I just realized this as well too. It's interesting because it was some of the staff members apparently from like their Austin and LA offices were laid off as well too, like over 100 people. So to see that as well too. So yeah, I definitely want to see more when it comes out. We just saw more concept art. There's new ships, still being there. Um, it's just crazy to see how long it's been under development. It's a game that's never going to stop being under development, I think. Even oh god, that's my face. Why are you putting that video? Oh god. I gave you the gameplay to show. Don't show my face. What's wrong with you?
Dude, I just picked one of your Star Citizen videos. I'm sorry.
It's a beautiful face.
I saw my face, but I was like, oh god, no.
I think that when I see my
actual
face.
Yeah. When I hear my voice too, I'm like, oh god, that's what I sound like.
I hate it. Not yours, mine. Don't get
It's
mad.
fine. You can hate it. You can hate it. It's fine. Yeah. $700 million, and it's still in the development. So
Scam Citizen, huh?
yeah. Exposed.
Yeah, we blew through those stories. Not a lot there.
I mean, we definitely could talk about good old SB Tarkov stuff.
Dude, yeah, we should.
Does us mentioning it get us in trouble now?
No, they stopped. They stopped like going after people with it.
Did they though?
Yeah.
No, someone just got.
Yeah.
Someone got DMCA'd today.
Oh, they go back at it again?
Yeah. Yeah. So, via the Butter Anvil, after giving Clean permission to stream single-player Tarkov, Battlestate Games has abused the DMCA to take down a video with a strike from Taco Head. Seems like small creators don't get the same protection as big streamers. Check out his stuff and make sure to keep backups of your mods just in case. So, the Taco Head guy made a single player Tarkov video, and DMCA took it down after saying Clean could stream it. So they're back to doing that crap again, abusing the DMCA takedown system. It's like a 2,000 subscriber YouTube channel. Yeah. So again, makes me happy that I don't play Tarkov. But then it gets me to thinking, I was like, up until this point, like even last week, I was like, If I like search and destroy hardcore so much, would I like? People are saying Tarkov Arena is fun. There's a bomb mode in that now.
That's what everyone's saying, and I just haven't tried it yet. But yeah, who knows? With a
I
team,
wonder.
if the same feels the same thing. If you have a team of people that you play with, you
Probably
can make
fun.
it fun. Yeah, for sure.
But I
That's
mean, you
it.
could
Any games
definitely
like
hear
that.
footsteps in that game. Oh,
Yeah.
well, they might not be in the same direction or on the same map or even footsteps from
The
your
same
match.
floor,
But
yeah,
At least they're there. Come on, guys. What do
there
you
They
got
will
to
be
be
there.
more?
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know. I'm just glad I don't play Tarkov anymore to deal with. I hate how they operate, man. It's not cool. It's so they always do shady crap, man. They always do stuff like this, like with their editions. Like that Unheard edition is when I uninstalled and stayed
Yeah,
uninstalled.
that was ridiculous.
And then it's like maybe I should play. Maybe I should play Arena. And then they do this, and I'm like, okay, yep, no. I remember now. I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think so. Did you want to talk about that other game? That Active Matter one, or does it need time?
There's not much to talk about.
I don't really want to talk about it yet either.
No,
but now since we mentioned it,
just know that there's another extraction shooter that takes place in a weird, mind-bending, anomalous world. Brought to you by the guys who was it? I think is it War Thunder? Is Gaijin, right? Yeah. So Gaijin Entertainment is making an extraction shooter, which is interesting to say.
Did either of you guys play the Arc Raiders playtest?
Nope.
No.
I had it. I downloaded it and installed it. I just never had time to get in and check it out. I heard from anonymous sources that it was pretty awesome. It looked really like the graphics and stuff were amazing. I just don't know. I don't know how it'll do, man. I don't know. I worry about it because you know the finals has like lower player numbers than they anticipated, and it's a cool game. Like it's like the only game I've seen that makes Unreal Engine 5 cook. You know, like so. I don't know. We'll see what Arc Raiders does soon.
Yeah.
I guess that's a show for the week, huh?
Yeah, next time we can talk about well, I won't be on next week most likely. Maybe I will. We'll see.
You want to hit something now? We got a little time if you want to.
No, I was just gonna I know Gray Zone's like big updates coming. I know they did make a post confirming some new weapons. So you're getting like an AK-12 and like a whole bunch of AK platforms. That's really so we'll cover that more in depth when we get closer to that. But they did confirm that they have a good amount of new weapons coming, which is nice.
1911 too.
Yeah.
I saw your video, Crash. I'm good old 1911 fanboy over there. 2 World Wars, you know.
Right there. I'm touching my 1911.
It's dirty.
I wanted to kind of like shoot it at the beginning of my video, just like as a like eye-catching intro thing, like be at the range with it, but then I didn't want to get like nerfed in the algorithm because guns are evil. So
gotta make it artistic. I think you're fine.
Could have done like a cool spin after I shot it, like
there you
a
go.
holster, something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, I guess that's it for the show, guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being flexible on the day, being able to do that, switching it around. Appreciate that a bunch. Be a friend, tell a friend, bring someone back with you next week, as well as leave us a 5-star review on the auto platforms if you have time. We appreciate you all, and we will see you next week.